Welcome to DIY with Steve. Today we're going to do a bathroom vanity makeover. If you're not wanting to spend the money for a new vanity and have to mess with the plumbing and the sink and all that stuff, you can just simply do a makeover and get it the way you want, and it's going to look nice. This makeover I've spent maybe $40–45 on paint and wax and new handles and stuff like that, and I'll show you how you do it. Follow me into the bathroom and we'll take a peek at what we're going to do. Okay guys, here it is. This is the vanity that we're going to do the makeover on. As you can see, it's pretty much plain Jane. I have taken a pencil and made some marks on the doors there. We're going to be putting some decorative trim on there and painting her up white, and it's going to be a complete transformation. So be sure to stay tuned and see how we get her done. Okay, I've taken all the doors off and laid them aside here, and we're going to get started on this process. I have left the handles on temporarily to help line the molding that I'm going to put on there. Okay, as far as the trim goes that we're putting on here, I just picked some trim up at Lowe's, and here's what it looks like. You're going to have to miter all the corners. To miter the corners, I did use a chop saw. You can use a miter box or whatever you have. This is kind of the profile that we're using to put on there, if you can make that out at all. So that's what we're going to be putting on there, and we'll lay it out, get her nailed up, and see what we get. Okay, we got all of our trim pieces cut here and ready to nail on here. I got it pre-marked as to where they go, and I got my nailer here with 3/4 inch brads, and I'm just going to line the mark up here with the molding. In a few places. So all we do is continue around here and nail these guys up, and then we're going to fill in the little crevices there with some spackling and sand that down and make it look really nice. Okay, we got all of our trim pieces nailed on here now, and we're just going to take our spackling and put our finger in here and go ahead and patch some of these cracks up a little bit and some of our nail holes, and then sand that. Then we should be good to go. Okay, I've taken all the doors outside here, and I've got the spackling on here and got them all sanded, ready to go. Just a little cleanup to be done, and we're ready to paint. Here's the paint we're going to be using today. It's a Valspar chalk finish paint. We may wind up distressing this a little bit, I'm not sure yet, or we may just go with the straight white finish. Okay, we got the first coat of paint on here. As you can see, it's going to need at least 2, maybe 3 coats. In between coats, this is a good way of keeping your brush fresh so it doesn't dry out. Just put it in a plastic bag and wrap a rubber band around it. That'll keep it from drying out and you can reuse it. Okay guys, if it's going to be a long time between coats or something like that, you may want to put your paintbrush in the refrigerator. That'll help keep the brush fresh. Okay, we got 3 coats of chalk paint on the cabinet doors, and that's all the paint we're going to put on there. The next step will be putting wax on. Now as far as the brush goes, I went ahead and moistened that with soap and water, and as you can see I put another bag over the brush with a rubber band, and that brush will stay good for the next project. So that's the way you want to keep your brush fresh. Here's the wax we're going to be using. That's newMaster paste, and you just wipe it on and wipe it off just like waxing a car. Okay, we're going to apply our wax now. You want to make sure you use a lint-free cloth. Here I've just cut up an old t-shirt and using a piece of that, and you want to apply it kind of uniformly all over. And probably what we'll do is put this on, let it set up for 5-10 minutes, and then take another cloth and wipe it off, and then give it another coat of wax. So we'll wind up with 2 coats of wax on here. Okay, we got 2 coats on here, and we're wiping the second coat off now and polishing it up. This will be the final step. Then we'll go ahead and put the handles on and get everything assembled back and take a look at the finished product. Okay guys, here she is. I think she looks a whole lot different. And in my opinion, it's a big improvement of over what we had. So you can do this too. Spent maybe $40–45 on material and a little bit of labor. Saved quite a bit of money, and the results look pretty good. Okay guys, just in case you forgot, we're going to give you another look of the before and after and see what you think. I think the molding dressed it up a little bit, and the white makes it look a little more modern. So if you have a vanity that you're not liking for one reason or another, maybe you don't want to go out and buy a new one and spend that money, mess with the plumbing, mess with the sink, rip the old one out and all that stuff, maybe you can just do a makeover on the one you have, and you'll have a new look. Like I said, I spent $40–45, a little bit of labor, and got me a new look, and I'm pretty happy with it. So maybe you'll want to do the same. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. We're going to be having a lot more projects on here, and maybe you'll pick up something. Thanks a lot.